And then Naomi, over to you if you'd like to do introductions. So it's obviously Monday night, the 23rd of October, and we're just going into our team training for Retail Global. Over to you then, Naomi, please, love.
Thank you, Alison. Yeah, I just wanted to quickly say thank you to Simon for coming on, and I'm really grateful. Actually, it was just down to me seeing a post that he'd put on his wall the other week, and I've sort of connected with him with some of his stuff that he does on his wall. And basically, he lives in my little town where I've moved to a year ago, so that was a little bit connection. And yeah, I just literally commented on the post, didn't think he would reply back, to be honest. You know, you just don't think, do you? And yeah, it was really lovely, and he agreed to do this for a while, so I've been sort of catching up on what he's been doing lately and stuff like that. And we are really, really, really privileged to have him on this call tonight. And Simon obviously can introduce himself and tell us all about what he does and his background. I won't go into that. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you, Simon, for coming on.
Thank you for organising. Thanks for reaching out. It's a great lesson for everybody on the call. Always reach out and take action. Alison, thank you for having me on the team call as well. What I would love is everybody, and I always love this when I do Zooms, I like to be really interactive. The reason being is I could talk at you for however long I can keep going. But I really love if people can be interactive back. So I see a lot of videos not turned on. Now, some of you, I get, may not be in a place where you can turn a video on. If you can, and it's appropriate, turn it on. And if you're pointing the ceiling up to the camera up to the ceiling, like, let's show us your beautiful face. Because it's really, really important that we get to interact. The reason why is for the next sort of half an hour, I'm certainly going to be spending time with you, really challenging you to grow your mind, your focus, your business. Who am I? What do I do? I'm CEO and founder of Network Marketing Mastery. We now work with over 30 network marketing companies. We work with people just starting out in the industry, all the way through to 5-figure earners, 6-figure earners, and quite a number of 7-figure earners. Myself, for me, network marketing was the answer in so many ways. Who can relate? Growing up in a world of go to school, go to college, go to university, get a job. Like, give me a wave if you've ever thought that mentality. And for me, I was that person. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of guarantees of tonight's call. One, I will speak at this speed all the way through. Like, I won't slow down. I speak very, very fast. I get passionate about what I do. Two, I may swear a couple of times. I'll certainly try and limit it. But if there's small people around, it may be time for them to go to bed. Like, I'm doing you a favor. You have a great excuse to send them to bed. Just tell them that Simon says. It's totally okay. It's a beautiful thing. So for me, network marketing was my answer. I grew up in a world of go to school, go to college, go to university, get a job, and then eventually you'll have success. And I'm not sure about you, but what I found was that success for most people meant living in a 4-bedroom house, heavily mortgaged, driving a nice car that was heavily financed, having 2 holidays a year that, if anything, most people got to those holidays so stressed out, so disconnected from themselves, or so worrying about taking time off from work or having the money to go pay for those holidays. Can anyone relate to that? Being in a place of like, I just want to help people. And what I knew, and I grew up in the world of personal development, I've been around personal development since the age of 5. I knew that there was always something more inside me, and I always wanted more out of life. Like, who is in a place right now where you know you want more out of life? Like, give me a big wave on that one if you're in that place where you're like, I want so much more out of life. And for me, I remember I was living and working in Manchester at the time, and I remember going into work every single day, the same thing over and over again. And eventually I got to a point where enough is enough. Like, anyone ever been at that point where they're like, enough is enough? Like, I'm not tolerating anything less than I deserve anymore. And for me, when it came to network marketing, I was a slow learner. For 3.5 years, I watched my mum build a 6-figure business. I watched her go out and certainly create a lot of success. And honestly, I was the greatest son in the world. I used to go home and say to her, when are you going to go to prison? When are you going to get arrested? When are you going to lose the house? Because I was a huge skeptic, like any other people skeptical when you first came across network marketing. For me, I was a huge skeptic. And if you haven't muted yourself, can you just double check to see that you have muted yourself? I'm just hearing myself back on someone's line. I was a huge skeptic. And the reason being is because I was so conditioned how other people had told me to think. Like, anyone been told that network marketing is a pyramid scheme or a scam or a con, or it's one of those things? For me, I thought that for so long because that's what other people in society told me. Now, if I'm honest with you, for me, it was a case of my ego. Like, my ego held me back because I was so scared of failure. Now, here's the truth, and there's nothing wrong with this, but working for somebody else, it's kind of really nice. You turn up, you do a job, you get paid. If there's problems, that's not on you. If there's challenges, you get to blame everybody else. Like, anyone relate to that? Like, it's nice. You turn up, you get paid. It's not on you. So for me, that was great. That was great to a point. And then I remember going out to Australia. I now somewhat call Australia home, between there and Bali. And I remember going to Australia, and I was going to my best friend's wedding, sat on the plane back home, and there was a phenomenal book that somehow, I'm a massive reader, I love studying successful people. Somehow a book called 45-Second Presentation by Don Failure, Faila. Really short read, 45-second presentation, had snuck into my backpack, like it stuck into my hand luggage. I think my mum had hidden it in there, just knowing how much I love to read. Now, at this point, I was 26 years old. I had left the corporate world, because when you don't like working for somebody else, what do you go and do? You go start your own business. Like, anyone ever started their own traditional business before? Give me a wave if you have. I started my own business, and what I found is I was actually really terrible at the time at being organized. I was really terrible at chasing up invoices. I was really terrible at making sure a lot of things got done. I was 26 years old, living in Manchester. I was saying, I'm going to go run my own business, flying back from Australia, having just spent 3 weeks falling in love with the country, spending a lot of time with my best friend, knowing that that's the life that I wanted to live. Like, who is in the place right now where you know that you want so much more out of the life that you're living? Like, you know that right now, and there's nothing wrong with this, but right now you're like, I want so much more. And I sat on that plane. I had not worked for 3 weeks because I ran my own business. And when you run your own business and don't work for 3 weeks, you lose money. It's not like I made zero. Like, I was in negative money because I hadn't been working. And at that point, I'll be honest with you, it was a decision-making moment. Either I went back and got a job, either I gave up and sat there and said, do you know what? Maybe everyone else is right. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. Or I said, do you know what? I've got to get to work. I've got to get into a place where I am willing to go work harder than I've ever done before. I'm willing to do the actions that other people are not prepared to do, but I'm willing to fail, because what I knew is that at least if I gave it a shot, at least if I gave it a try, then that was on me. That was not on anybody else. Does that make sense to everyone? It wasn't on anybody else whether I failed, because that was on me. So I did. That was November 2013. By March 2014, so 5 months later, I was a 6-figure earner in network marketing. In 2014, I spoke in 10 countries around the world. I traveled a lot of the world. I moved to Australia for 2 months at that point. Came back, then moved a year later for about 3 years. And I don't say that to impress you, but to impress upon you what's possible. Now, I know some people have been in network marketing, been with companies before, and I know the opportunity that you have right now. And I say this with the utmost certainty. You have an incredible opportunity to totally transform your life. I say this because I'm somebody that did. I say this, I'm somebody that I have. The reason being that it changed, and without going too much into it, is that quite simply, I was willing to do the work. I was willing to sit on a train for 6 hours to go to meetings where there was 3 people. This was before Zoom. There was no Zoom. There was no Facebook Live. I was willing to go up and down the country. Like, anyone ever been to an event and no guests have turned up? Like, no potentials have turned up? Anyone ever been to an event where even the person organizing it didn't turn up? Like, imagine that after 6 hours. It happened to me twice. Now, the reason being is I would do whatever it took to succeed. I was willing and hungry. I wasn't the best, but I was willing and hungry to get out of my safe zone and do whatever it took to create success. Ended up moving to Australia, ended up building a coaching business. I'm now so blessed to work with network marketers all over the world, really help transform the mindset and help transform strategies to help them to create the success that they deserve. Because here's the guarantee that I'm going to give you. Who's ever been told to be realistic or be sensible, or you're not very good, or you don't deserve to be successful? Like, who's ever been told that before? What I know is that a lot of society will tell you that. I'm here to tell you tonight that I know you can create whatever life you want. Not whatever life somebody else wants, whatever life you want. But you have to be willing to go do the work. You have to be willing to show up. You have to be willing to think differently. I speak a lot with my one-on-one coaching clients about creating a new reality. Creating a new reality is that if you want to get different results, if you want to get different results than you are getting right now, you have to be willing to go do something that you are not doing right now. You have to be willing to show up with a level of action, with a level of certainty, with a level of passion, more than you have right now. I'm going to share with you some tips on how to do that. That sound good? Give me a big wave if that sounds good. If you love some tips over how to overcome some fear and get into a massive place of action. If you can't tell by now, I'm all about taking action. Like, it's really what precedes everything. I want to tell you something that I discovered and something that I learned. There are 3 steps. There are 3 steps to creating network marketing success. I like to call them the 3 pillars of network marketing. Now, the first is belief. Now, if I said to somebody, I guarantee if I asked this question, it would come up 50, 60, 70% of the time, if I say to most people, and this is true all around the world, I work across about 8 different time zones. If I say to most network marketers what their biggest challenge is right now, they say confidence in self, confidence in being able to go to connect with people. Can anyone relate to that at all? Like, give me a big wave. Now, here's the truth. Most people think they need confidence, when in reality, it's actually belief. The reason why we say we need confidence is because we see other people, we see the energy, the certainty, the passion, the confidence that they have, and then we compare ourselves to them. Like, anyone ever get distracted by comparison mode? Like, distracted by, they're so good at this, they have these skills. The truth is, you don't know their journey. But let's also be really clear about this. Confidence comes through repetition. You do not become confident unless you do. I'll say it again. Confidence comes through repetition. We do not become masterful. We do not become great unless we do it over and over and over again. So then it comes down to belief. Then it comes down to belief in self, belief in the products, belief in the company, belief in the industry, belief in the team that are around you, belief in people. Even at a human level, what is your belief in people? And spending your time growing your belief in those 6 areas, in yourself, in your products, in your company, in the industry, in people, and in your team, growing your belief in those 6 areas is going to allow you to develop the confidence to go speak to people. Remember, we do not become great at anything. Nobody ever became great thinking about it. Any overthinkers, any procrastinators, any warriors, give me a wave if you're in that place. What I guarantee you right now is that you are overthinking. I don't know how to be any more direct in that. You're overthinking every scenario and every situation that could happen rather than going and finding out what will happen. Now, Jim Rohn, and some of you will have heard this phrase before. Who's ever heard the phrase success leaves clues? Give me a wave if you ever heard the phrase success leaves clues before. Now, what I know, Jim Rohn said success leaves clues, but what I'm going to share with you, and certainly what I believe, is failure leaves absolutes. Success leaves clues, but failure leaves absolutes. It's something one of my mentors taught me very early on. And here's why. When you fail, you have the opportunity to learn. So many times we don't take action because we tell ourselves the story of I don't have confidence. We tell ourselves the story of I'm not good at this. Well, of course you're not good at it if you're new. Of course you're not good at it if you haven't mastered it yet. 1, go easy on yourself, and then 2, be willing to fail, be willing to learn. Who has children? Give me a big wave if you've got children. What I want you to think is that when a child learns to walk, what happens? What do? They fall over. Now, you don't look at them and go, well, you know what? You're just meant to be a crawler for the rest of your life. No, you pick them up and say, let's go again. And then eventually they wobble over a few times, they fall over a lot more, they fail a lot more, and then eventually they start to run. And then you can't stop them running. Who hears me on that? You can't stop toddlers running. When they get it, they're everywhere. It's the same in business. We're worried so much as adults. We go to school and we're so worried to start failing because people start to laugh at us. But I promise you is if you want to produce results, get so comfortable failing. And the way to do that is taking action. So the first pillar of network marketing success is belief. And that is on you, right? Can I be really direct and honest with you all tonight? Give me a wave if I can. If you want to grow your belief, you've got to take ownership over your business. You have to take ownership over your life, your results. Here's what I promise you. It's not the company, it's not the country, it's not the leadership, it's not your downlines, it's not the people you sponsor, it's not your team, it's not the products, it's not network marketing, it's you. If you want to create success, you've got to be willing to go do the work, both on yourself, both connecting with people, developing people, loving on people, caring about people. Nobody is going to build your future other than you. So you've got to be willing. If your belief in one of those 6 areas is low right now, you've got to be willing to go grow yourself, to go challenge yourself, to push yourself. It's something that I talk about a lot, and this is a big tangent. I love tangents if you can't tell. A lot of people say to me, I'm in my comfort zone, and I know I need to get out of it. I want to be really direct with you. It's not comfortable, so we need to change our language. It is a safe zone. If you are not taking the level of action required right now, I guarantee you are staying safe. You are not failing on a regular basis. When we stay safe, we limit ourselves and do the nice, easy activities. Here's the truth, and I get this. Scrolling on Facebook is really, really easy. Who's great at scrolling on Facebook? Who's a master at scrolling on Facebook? It's because it's easy. Managing team or talking to team, it's easy. Sitting in team groups, watching training is easy. There are 2.5 ways to get paid in network marketing. Only 2.5 ways. The first is to share the products. Help people get some great results with some amazing products. The second is to share the business opportunity. Help some people make some choices in life. Help some people join a phenomenal community where they get to grow. And then the half is teaching others to do the same. 2.5 ways. Share the product, share the business. The half is teach others to do the same. Now, the reason why it's a half is because you cannot control what other people do. I spent a month a couple of years ago living in Thailand, really working on myself, spending a lot of time doing a lot of personal growth. The number one thing that I realized was this is the only thing that I control. What I read, what I listen to, who I spend my time with, how I challenge myself, how I push myself, what I'm willing to tolerate and what I'm not willing to tolerate, and what level of action I'm willing to take. So when it comes down to action, what I guarantee you is it's kind of like ripping the plaster off, like ripping the Band-Aid off. You've got to get into a place where you create discomfort to create growth. If you are sat there right now not getting results, there are two things why I guarantee you. Only two ways. I guarantee you, if you are not growing your business as fast as you want to, and here's the truth, you have an incredible opportunity right now to bring new products, to bring a new company into a market and massively grow that. The truth is, if you are not growing your business right now, it's because of two reasons. You are not speaking to enough people, and you are not closing enough. Only two reasons, I guarantee you. If you did more, if you doubled the amount of people you speak to, doubled the amount of conversations that you had, your business would 3 times, 4x, 5x grow overnight. Now, the reason being, the more people we speak to, the more people we can help. The mindset that I really want you to think when you're speaking to people, and this applies online or offline, is how can I help this person? How can I help this person? What I promise you, the only way to find out how you can help somebody is by asking questions and listening. Asking questions and then finding out the challenge that they have, finding out what they need more of, finding out what they're not happy with, and then giving them a solution on what they want. The moment you do that, you're going to meet a lot more people, you're going to have a lot more fun, it's going to be more authentic, you're going to enjoy your business because you're helping people. So first, speak to more people, and then second, close. If you've ever heard the phrase before, the fortune is in the follow-up. I love it. One of my mentors said it to me very early on, but it's not true. The fortune is in the close. Follow-up is, hey, what did you think? Hey, do you want more information? Close is, do you have any questions or are you ready to get started? My favorite close in the world. Do you have any questions? Are you ready to get started? If you are not closing people, you are waiting for them to feel like it is the right time. 95% of people will never feel like it is the perfect time. So you've got to set the pace of the conversation. When you build relationships, when you ask questions, when you listen to people, when you care about helping people, you get out of your head and drop into your heart. Make it about them. Make it about how you can help them, and then get really comfortable closing. And here's the thing, and write this down if you're taking notes. People do not say no to you. They say no to themselves. I'll say it again. People do not say no to you. They say no to themselves. And here's why. In the palm of your hands, you have the golden opportunity. In the palm of your hands, you have the opportunity to help somebody 100% decide how they want to live their life. You are giving somebody the keys to life, letting them decide the journey that they want to go on. So if they say no, they're not saying no to you. They're simply saying no to themselves, their future selves, their family success. And here's the truth. If you have the opportunity, you have the golden opportunity and don't make the most of it, I'm being really honest with you. That's a choice. That's a choice that you're making. Because here's the truth in business as in life. We get what we focus on. If you're focused on the challenges, if you're focused on things that you can't control, if you're focused on things that frustrate you, what I promise you is your business is not going to grow. If you focus on what you can do, if you focus on how you can help people, if you focus on what you can do right in this moment, then what I promise you is your business will explode because you are in control of your future. If you come from a place of playing above the line, of taking ownership, of challenging yourself to grow, of pushing yourself, you own your results. It's easy, and I want you to be really accepting of this. It's easy to find excuses. Like, who gets that? It's easy to just go out and find tons of excuses. It's harder to do the work. But that's why you get rewarded at a significantly higher level than people who want to find excuses. And here's the thing. Anyone ever been judged? Anyone ever been judged by anybody, like on social media or face-to-face? Anyone ever been judged? Here's the truth. There are going to be people that judge you every single step of the way. There are going to be people that try and pull you down in whatever you do. So you have a choice. Listen to the people that want to hold you back. Listen to the people that want to hold you down. Or go find the reason why you're hungry to change your life. Go find the reason why you are ready to create the most extraordinary life. But it's your choice. You have a choice whether you tolerate whether you tolerate negative people or not. What I know is, having worked with a lot of successful people and studied a lot of successful people, is successful people have a line that they tolerate everything at. It's the line that they play at. I challenge you to really take control, and I get there's going to be some negative people in your life. And if you've got any kids around, teach them earmuffs really, really quickly in like 10 seconds. It's a phrase that I use with all of my coaching clients. Somebody will give you negativity, and I will say to all my coaching clients, whose shit is that? Great question. In my head, I'm like, whose shit is that? The answer is, it's their shit. You can't control what people do. You can't control what people think. All you can control is how you show up. All you can control is the level of action that you take. All you can control is how you attack your business, changing lives, helping people. If somebody decides that they don't want to be a part of that, awesome. That's their journey, not yours. If somebody decides that they want to try and pull you down, you have a choice in how you respond to that. Who hears me on that? So I challenge you that you've got to be willing to go take action for you, not for anybody else. Like I said, you have the golden opportunity. You have the lottery numbers to life. The keys to creating whatever life you want. Now, for some people, that's just putting £300 extra in their pocket. A lot of people are just looking for something more. More food on the table, more money in their bank, more time with their children, less credit card debt. The truth is, especially at this time of year, the truth is that you don't get to decide what people want on their journey, but you do get to decide what you want on your journey. So you've got to get really clear on that. But that comes down to action, a massive level of action. What I promise you right now is, as I said, if you are not getting the results, you are not taking the action that is required. And then the third pillar of network marketing success, and please write these 3 letters down. It's a motto, a phrase that I keep in my life as a mantra for me. 3 letters. D for David, R for Robert, X for Xavier. DRX. Now, DRX is a formula. DRX equals success. DRX stands for daily rituals multiplied. Daily rituals multiplied. Because the third pillar of success is consistency. Build your belief in you, in your products, in the business model, in the industry, in people, in your team. Willing to go take action on whatever level is required to become successful. And then be willing to get so laser focused on your consistency. Here's what I know. What we do on a daily basis is what we get rewarded for. And the reason why I call it rituals, daily rituals multiplied, is it's not the things that you think you should do. It's not the things that you kid yourself that you do. It's the things that are ritualized, that even when you're having a bad day, you still do. If you speak to people, if you close people, if you connect with new people, if you're out building business every single day, what I promise you is that you're going to get rewarded. Now, I'm not going to make any financial claims or guarantees, but here's what I promise you. If you gave me, for 1 year of your life, consistent, high-level, massive action, what I guarantee you is that financially, you will be rewarded for the rest of your life. 1 year of daily, consistent action will reward you for the rest of your life. But you've got to be willing to go take action. You've got to be willing to go do the work. You've got to be willing to not quit when it gets a bit challenging. Because here's the truth. Somebody's just off mute. If you can make sure everyone's mute. What I guarantee you is that if you quit when it gets challenging, nobody else is going to stop and go, oh, maybe I'm going to quit too. Other people are chasing their dreams. What I promise you is 1 year of consistent action, of showing up on a regular basis, is going to reward you for the rest of your life. So then all it comes down to is you. Now, a really great book, T. Harv Eker, T.Harveker, Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. One of the books that changed my life. T.Harveker talks about the 3 levels of commitment, and it applies massively to network marketers. And it's what I really want you to focus on, and it's what I want to challenge you on leaving this call tonight. There are 3 levels of commitment when it comes to building a network marketing business. The first is choice. People at the choice stage, what I guarantee you is 80% of you are in the choice stage right now. It is building a business or it is a full-time job. It is building a business or having a traditional business. Sorry, it's building a network marketing business or having a traditional business. It's building a business or your partner's income. It's building a business or government support. It's, I'll give it a try. Like, who's got some team members right now where they're like, I'll see if it works. Like, I'll dip my toe in. What I want you to think is like a child on holiday. An adult on holiday, kind of dipping your toe in the pool. Now, that's the first level, is choice. The second level is to decide. Now, the Latin word decide, decidere, the etymology of the word means to forgo all other options. So when you decide, you forgo all other options. Now, I don't mean phone up your job tomorrow and quit. I don't mean kick your partner out of home. I don't mean phone the government up and tell them what you think of them. But what I do challenge you is to get into a place where you decide that this is your time. This is your vehicle. that you draw that line in the, I normally, if I'm in Australia, I say the line in the sand, maybe I'll say the line in the mud over here. Draw the line in the mud and say, do you know what? Enough is enough. Enough tolerating anything less than you deserve. Enough playing small. Enough not showing up how I want to. Enough not getting this to decide what my life looks like. That you get into a place where you decide that this is your time, that this is your vehicle, that this is your chance for success. And you are willing to do whatever it takes. And then the third level is commit. And this is a magical level. I guarantee you, if you want to create a 6-figure income, a 7-figure income, you've got to get to this stage where you truly commit. And to use the analogy, anyone ever seen a child on holiday? They've got their swimming trunks on, they've got their swimming costume on, and they see a swimming pool in front of them. And it's a baking hot day in front of them. They kind of rock back on their heels. Like, who knows what I mean? Like, you see a kid on holiday, they get this like massive, great big smile on their face. Like their eyes just light up. They rock back on their heels. They take a big, deep breath and they run. And they run and they run and then they jump in midair and they're screaming. Their hands are flailing. They're screaming out loud. Who knows what I mean on this? Like they're screaming out loud and splash into the water. And they flail around because it's freezing cold. Like, who knows what I mean? You jump in and it's freezing cold and you splash around until you get warm. And then you get to enjoy it. Building a business is the same. It's exactly the same. You've got to commit. Most people, when it comes to building a network marketing business, are walking over and dipping their toe in and going, oh, it feels a bit cold right now. I'll wait for it to get hot tomorrow. If you're waiting for the perfect time, you'll be waiting for your whole life, then wondering what happened. Say it again. If you're waiting for the perfect time, you'll be waiting your whole life, then wondering what happened. You will watch a lot of other people go create the most extraordinary life. So what I challenge you is at some point in your life, I guarantee you this, if you want to create a new reality, at some point you have to take a big deep breath. You have to rock back onto your heels. You have to put a big smile on your face and you have to run and jump. And as adults, if you're in midair and you want to scream, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, that's fine. But at some point you've got to jump into that pool. One of my favorite quotes about business, if you ever heard of LinkedIn, the company, Reid Hoffman, who founded LinkedIn, Reid Hoffman said, one of my favorite quotes about business, building a business is jumping off a cliff and building an aeroplane on the way down. Building a business is jumping off a cliff and building an aeroplane on the way down. Beautiful thing about network marketing, beautiful thing about what you have, is you have the plane already, but you still have to be willing to jump off the cliff. You still have to be willing to jump, because otherwise you're going to stand there thinking, worrying about everything that could go wrong. What I promise you is at some point you've got to jump. At some point you've got to take action. To be rewarded differently, to get to swim in the pool on the most hot, beautiful day, you've got to be willing to jump. You've got to be willing to have fun. You've got to be willing to challenge yourself. What I promise you, what I guarantee, is that there is plenty more tomorrows until there are no more tomorrows. Just think about that for a second. There are plenty more tomorrows until there are no more tomorrows. You don't get to decide that. Most people start a diet not on a Monday, but on January the 1st. And they quit by January the 6th. I challenge you to say now is my time. I challenge you to make your business a must. I challenge you to get ready to go create the most extraordinary life. Because here's my promise to you. Other people may have told you it's not possible. Other people may have doubted. Other people have said you're not good enough. Be realistic. It's all crap. You have a choice to decide what life you want to create. You have a choice to decide what business you want to create. You have the choice in the palm of your hand to live whatever life you want. But you've got to get out of here and get into action mode. You've got to get from a place in your heart, connecting to people, loving on people, caring about people, helping people, finding out what they want, and then helping them achieve it. What I promise you is the moment that you do that, business becomes fun. Business becomes easy because it's not about you, it's about them. So I challenge you. Who's up for a challenge? Give me a big wave if you're up for a challenge. I challenge you, coming off this call, by all means, go connect with me on social media. By all means, go check out what I do. But first of all, coming off this call, I want you to go do 3 things. I want you to go do 3 things. The first is go close 5 conversations. Like, who's got a lot of maybes right now? Who's got a lot of people kicking tires? The guarantee, the reason why you have maybes is because you are not closing conversations. Now, don't just send them a message and go, are you a yes or you're a no? But go close some conversations. Like, hey, what information do you need to make an excited decision? Do you have any questions? Are you ready to get started? What's next to help you move forward? Go close some conversations. The second step, go and speak to 5 people. 5 people that you've wanted to have conversations with, yet you may have overthought it. Who's got some people on that list right now that you may be thinking, like, there's some people I need to reach out to? And I don't mean send them a message and go, hey, join my business. Just reach out to them, ask some questions, listen to them. What are their Christmas plans? What are they doing for half term if they've got children? Tons of ways that you can connect with people when you make it about them, not you. And then the third, and take 5 minutes to do this, no longer. Here's my challenge. You don't get to do this tomorrow. You don't get to watch EastEnders reruns. You don't get to go and watch Netflix or scroll on Facebook. You've got to do these things first. Take 5 minutes to do this. Write this sentence and then answer it for me. Now is my time because. Now is my time because. Turn some TV off, turn music off. Don't look at your phone. Just write it down. Now is my time because. It's one of the most powerful statements you can ever make, and it's a commitment to yourself. That I challenge you coming off this call, that there is no more time for playing small, that you have an incredible opportunity, that you have the ability to go do whatever you want to do. You have the ability to decide exactly what life looks like, yet it's now up to you. There is no more excuses. It's not about anyone else other than you. It's about you getting into an empowered state, committing to your business, closing some conversations, reaching out to some people, and getting committed that now is your time. Here's the truth. Now is your time when you accept that you are committed to your future, committed to the life of your wildest dreams, committed to the life that you want to create. It's not about what other people want to create. It's about what you want to create. Alison, Naomi, thank you so much for having me on this call. By all means, please all go connect with me on social media. There's certainly lots of free things you can get on my website, free programs, tons of stuff like that on how to build a business. I'm in your corner. I'm here to help you in any way that I can. And I'm excited to see the growth that you've got coming. It's going to be very, very cool. Alison, Naomi, thank you so much for organising this call tonight. Have an incredible, incredible evening. Make sure you go take action. Every single one of you. Make sure you go take action.
Have a good night as well.
So much. Thank you so much.
Big love. Take care, guys.
Just say bye. Thanks so much, Simon.
Thank you.
That's absolutely.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. Well, my hand is cramped up.
I thought I spoke fast. I thought I could talk for England.
Well, the thing is, I'm just hoping I can read it because it's all scribbled. I'm going to have to stay up tonight and rewrite it so that I know what I've done, because from the moment he spoke to just then, it was whoa. And the timing of it, for me personally, was poignant. Really, really was. After the evening I've had, it was just, you can't just go, let me just get my breath back now. Because it was fast, but it was fast because he had a lot to say, and I loved that. I loved that passion. I loved that drive. I could have just sat here and listened to him all night. I'm wide awake. I'll not sleep now. Fantastic. Naomi, thank you so much. Thank you so much for connecting us with Simon. That's great. And I haven't had a good look round his timeline, but I have obviously popped on so I could message him. And I have actually got a link, which I'm going to put in our Facebook group, and our international team members that have popped on. If you want anything, then just let me know, because I can send that on. And obviously he said there were freebies there on his website, so we could all benefit from that as well. So I don't want to put it into the international group because I don't know that's fair for everybody else, but the people who are on, just connect with me and I'll share it with you. I say I'm talking fast now. I feel like I need to just kind of calm down. Just take a deep breath. I'm following suit to go. No, that was great. I loved it. And I asked him to actually do that. Obviously we had certain subjects that we knew could do. And I just thought that at the end of the day, we're all in a position. We're all in exactly the same position. All of us. And it's all right. We can obviously, when we've been in this business now for a few months, and obviously we've got changes with the back office and things like that, which is just phenomenal that our CEOs and founders are happy to do that so soon. They haven't thought, we'll wait a year, wait 2 years. They recognise it needs to be done and they've acted on it. So but it doesn't mean that we don't have to hold back. Building a business is down to us. Our CEOs have given us a fantastic product. Louis Volpe has given us the best coffee in the world. And then we've got a great compensation plan with George, who is still tweaking it because now it's working. He can see how else he can make it financially better for us. How many companies would do that? And then we've got Jim Britt, who's joining us next Monday night, who wants to train and work with the UK team. And anybody, all the international members are allowed on as well. Our training is open on a Monday night for everyone. So he's actually going to come on. And there are 3 CEOs and founders, and they're interacting with us. They're working with us, they're mentoring us, they're helping us. So you couldn't ask for anything better there company-wise. And they've proven that so much over the last 6 months. You couldn't ask for any more product-wise. and obviously we do opportunity calls and we do our training calls. So then the rest of it is down to us. It really is down to us. Now, as a team, I am working towards an accountability group for us. And if people want to be in an accountability group, then that's fine. I'll have a couple of people that help me man that accountability group. But when you're actually going down rituals, daily rituals, you can go down two paths with them. Some of you may have been with multi-level marketing companies in the past where it's a little bit like a cult. And you have to, I'm not saying they have to know or can make you do anything, but you have your affirmations to do in the morning, and you have your mindset things and your meditation and your visualization before you start your day, and then you're supposed to do your hours exercise, you know, and at this time you've got kids screaming around your legs, and husband needs breakfast, and you've got ironing to do and washing's on and everything like that, and you're supposed to be there going, and then also in an evening you've got your, you know, things that you're grateful for and your grateful journal. So you've got that aspect of daily rituals, but you've also got daily rituals where we could work with accountability, where we say, right, you need to add 10 to 15 people a day to your friend list. And if your friend list is full, you need to really look at that friend list and see who you're going to follow and who you're going to have as a friend. Also, that you can connect with at least 3 brand new people. So people that you've never had any form of connection with before. And you follow up as well. So we can actually create that as daily rituals that we have as our Vitae UK team rituals that we all do, and then you're actually committing to something. So if you are one of those days that maybe things have not gone quite so well in your life, because obviously we've all got lots more that we need to do, then we can, it just kind of reminds you. So I was with a company there at night time at 10 o'clock. I used to have to message into a group, and everything was worth a point. And so if I sold a product, it'd be worth, shall we say, 4 points. If I connected with people, if I did a Zoom presentation, if I did a one-to-one presentation, if I had a call scheduled, everything was worth a point value. And you were supposed to do like 10 points a day. Now, yes, some people there are obviously, you know, worked from home, and that's absolutely fine, and they connect with 100 people. That is going to the other extreme, because to be able to work efficiently, one, that's kind of just spamming and just, you're not doing conversations there, are you? Just sending a script out, which isn't the way we work. But to be able to look after it and keep everybody noted on Google spreadsheets so that you know where you are with people, so you're not going all the way down your messengers to connect with people, then you know you need to be talking around 3 to 5. But obviously that depends on commitment. You know, some people like myself do 12-hour shifts. Some people work from home. Some people are carers. Everybody has their different periods of time that they are free. So you should be doing a little bit of something. So if you have got team members coming back to you going, well, this isn't growing as fast as I wanted, then it is actually saying, well, what are you actually committing to this business? What are you actually physically doing to make your Vitae Global business grow? So you could say, right, what posts have you done on Facebook? Have you been and spoken to any hair, beauty, nail salons? Have you connected with people that you've had connections with other industries? And if they say, well, I haven't done anything today and I didn't do anything yesterday, I had the weekend off, then how can a business actually grow? Because if I talk about myself personally, I cannot make, let me just say, right, there's Ruth on here. I know she won't mind me using her. I cannot make Ruth sell coffee. And I cannot make Ruth connect with team members that she bonds with. Ruth connects and bonds with a team member and builds up a relationship and a friendship, and they work together then into going into enrollment. She just isn't somebody who just sponsors. She does it in a very, very unique way. I can't make that happen for her. Only thing I can do, and only thing Ruth can do for her downline, is to be there as a support network, to be able to help with training, to help connect with company training. We have lots of webinars and lots of support from our leaders in the States, to be able to go on trainings like this. Like I've done an open session really from 6 o'clock tonight where anybody can just pop on and just be able to go through things. And that's you learn a lot from other people. And obviously we're following through with a question session. Once I end this recording, we'll follow through with a question and answer session as well for everything we need to go through. So, but you have to commit to your business. If you're not going into your chats, if you're not going into your frontline chat and our main group chat, if you're not going into your Facebook group, how can you then think that you are up to date. If you haven't followed Zoom, we've done 6 V-Line trainings in the last, 10 days. If you haven't watched the Zooms, or you haven't watched the webinars and Zooms from the States, then you're not obviously being actively working in your business. Okay, so what Simon's done today really is to give us all that passion, that fire, to make it is down to us. It may be the fact that we need to do a little bit of more just looking at ourselves, and do a bit more self-help, follow through with some motivational books, or watch videos, or listen when you're just settling down to go to sleep. It's really nice to actually listen to certain things. And obviously in the car, I never have the radio on in the car. I don't have the telly on anymore neither. So just having different things around you that you can pick up, because your subconscious mind will pick up on those. Settling down at night, because you're just going to read 5-10 minutes of a book, and settling down and putting your phone down. And it is also this power of scrolling. I don't scroll. I've never been a big scroller on Facebook anyway. And so please don't think I ever ignore posts or anything like that. You need to tag me or screenshot me if you want me to act on anything. But I can't do that, because it can become addictive. And then I can look up and it could be 20, 30 minutes. And I go back onto my messenger and there's like 20 messages there. And they're important to me. The messages are where I need to act, where I can help you all. So it's just kind of thinking, I think we all need to just tonight, just settle down quietly, reassess where we are, and reassess where we want to be, because we've got everything in place. We couldn't ask for any more and any more action from head office. Angie and Bobby, I could cry, because I just think we were blessed. We were so blessed with Angie and Bobby. We really, really were. And we owe them so much. So they have just been a godsend for us. But everybody else in head office has just been so wonderful. Okay? So it's now down to us. It's down to us. And if it means that I have to sit on here whilst I'm working away and I'm on Zoom calls and we're talking about legs, then that's what I'll do. If I have 6 team members that are all wanting to chuckle about legs, then that's what I'll do. And obviously we will work together. We've always been a strong team. We've always worked unitedly, and it's more poignant than any other time that we do that now, because we've got everything else in place. And I'm going to catch up with Angie just to see where we are with our back office, just see what we've got there for the UK team now. And let's all get some fine our bellies and get some fun and excitement in our chats. Let's tomorrow all update where we are with our testimonials and our customers' testimonials, our team testimonials. We've got somebody there that's collating them all for us and putting them all in a format. So exactly, Keely. So I'll go through the chat, make sure there's no questions that I need to actually specifically answer. YouTube. Martin, if you've got any free time, would you be able to do some links for us and we'll share those? Yeah, daily method of operation. Great. Jackie, could you PM me? And yes, I'll forward you the details from Simon. Yeah, no, that's great. There was one more message just then. Yeah, I thought you might chuckle at those legs, Kat. So I'm going to end this call now, but I'm going to stay on because we're going to do some like question and answers. And if we feel there's anything specific, then I will do a separate recording. So if we're doing a specific topic that we think will help everybody, then I'll come on. But I will just want to close this as obviously Simon Mitchell's Zoom training. So I personally loved it. It sounds that everybody else really did. And absolutely great. So obviously next week we've got our very own Mr. Jim Brick. So we need to make sure you're on and all your team members are. So I'm just going to stop this one. And yes, once again, thank you, Naomi, for that. That was excellent. And if, guys, if you do know of anybody, if you do know who you've interacted with or somebody you've worked in the past, obviously these people sometimes are like Simon, obviously he's got a website, he's got a business. I have no issue at all of sharing that information, because you may connect with him more than than somebody we've had in the past. All I'll do is we're learning so much from these people, and I'm happy to share a link because somebody might just go, you know what, that's the person for me.